Joe Budden got a weird case. Why is he around? Joe Budden, what you doing, Foolie? What you doing, my guy? What is up? Jesus. Joe Budden just seemed like when oh no, he just can't catch a break, man. Cannot catch a break. I don't know. I don't know. If you're a fan of Joe Budden like I am, I'm a huge big fan of Joe Budden. Even from when he was rapping, man, I thought he was one of the most talented rappers out back when he was, MCing. His music projects was dope. I don't think he gets the credit he deserves, but I think he should get more credit when it comes to being an MC. And he's one of those people who transitioned over to podcast and has been one of the most popular podcasters in the world, so to speak. Right. But recently, if you were a fan of Joe Budden or if you are a fan of the podcast that he does, you know that he has not been in his studio that he normally is in. Right. He hasn't been there. A lot of people were speculating that he got kicked out, evicted, you know what I'm saying? Things like that. He came back, not this pod, but the pod before this one. He explained things. Sure. He explained some stuff. He told a story about him sleepwalking and him going to get help for his that condition and things of that nature. But it seems he left a lot out of that story. It seems like he didn't tell everything that happened. And it's his platform. He don't have to get on there and tell us jack about what happened. You know what I'm saying? He don't have to get on there and tell us jack. Nothing at all. But it seems like that night that he was sleepwalking, seems like he got arrested. Seems like he got arrested and he was sleepwalking. Like he said, he was sleepwalking butt booty naked. And it seems like he got arrested for it. Right? So Joe Budden was arrested and the police put out a press release about it. The press release, this was released, Edgewater Police Department put out a press release, and this is in Jersey. It says on December 4th, 2024, at approximately 7:21 a.m., the Edgewater police were dispatched to an apartment complex for the report from a resident that the man was standing outside of their apartment door completely naked. Joe, you just out here just naked, dog? What you doing, fool? What you doing? The caller recognized the man as the neighbor, Joseph Budden Jr., a 44-year-old male. The caller was alerted to Budden by their doorbell camera. The video depicted Budden attempting to enter the code into the door keypad several times before re-entering his own residence across the hall. Imagine you get alerted on your Ring cam, right? And it's this naked fella, this naked guy outside putting the code, putting the code in, right? What would you do? Like, why is it now? From my understanding, he's been having beef with one of his neighbors. I don't know if this neighbor was one of the neighbors, but that he had beef with or anything like that. But he's had beef with his neighbors. I just want to put that out. There has been altercations between his neighbors, and this is the place where he films his podcast at, right? It says, as a result of the police investigation, Budden was charged with lewdness, disorderly persons offense, on a complaint summons. Chief Martin states that these charges are merely accusations and that the defendant is presumed innocent until and unless proven guilty beyond a reasonable doubt. Right? So, Joe, you got to do better, bro. You got to do better. You can't be out here, doing that. You can't be out here doing that, man. That is not gonna bode well for you, G. That ain't gonna bode well for you. You got to do better. Let me see if I can bring the video up of what he was saying on his podcast. You find that for us real quick. It's Joe Budden, man. Joe Budden he a wild one. He is a wild one. There we go. He's a wild one. So this is him speaking on the last podcast. Can I run this back? Let me run this back for y'all. This is him speaking on the last podcast. That's what he's telling, saying to us or whatever. He's saying that he can't record at his normal place that he records at because the township has gotten involved in the bylaws. It states that inside you can't record in here. That's what the bylaws are saying. Hey, you can't record in here, which is it's kind of weird. I don't know where if you get a condo, maybe because it's it's a business, but and I don't know. This could be he's at an affluent place. You know what I'm saying? Maybe they don't allow things like that to happen. I don't know. It's weird for you to not be able to record, or do anything in your if it's your condo. But I guess if he's using this condo strictly only for business and he's not living in, because from what I understand, he but he rents out 2 places. I think he rents out 2 places, or he sleeps at that condo sometimes because he works a lot. So he might sleep there, wake up, pre-production and do all types of stuff like that. And by the time the other people get there, he's already up, ready to go, cup of coffee, things like that. So that could be the reason how he ended up sleepwalking. He was there. He slept there that night, which he probably has done on numerous occasions, probably slept there on numerous occasions. This was the time where I guess you could say he slipped up, right? Guess this is where you can say he slipped up. But he has done and I'm gonna play this video. He has sleptwalked before. And he get this right. I'm sorry, y'all. It's over here tripping. But he's done this. Let me run it back a little bit. Hopefully y'all can hear that.
So I gathered myself. Where is he? And I walk out to the hallway, And Ian is just in the living room, coffee. And I went in the other room, and I seen all my stuff. And I stepped right in. I was angry. I said, hey, that wasn't my room. And he said, well, yeah, buddy. You were sleepwalking.
Oh, shit.
Hey, dog.
I said, excuse me? He said, buddy, you woke up in the middle of the night. You barged in my room and you started looking for something. And I was like, all right, Joe maybe just needs a charger or something. But then you got into bed with me. And he said, I was a little confused. But then you started sleeping wild.
So as you can see right there, this isn't the first time that Joe Budden has sleptwalked. Ian is his manager, and Ian, he's retelling the story that Ian told him when they were on tour one time, how Joe barged into his room and started looking for something inside the room or whatever, and then got into bed with him. I guess Ian got up out of the bed and just went into the living room, you know what I'm saying? But Joe, well, y'all heard it. Joe went and approached him and said, hey, man, why my stuff not in my room? And he was like, well, you were sleepwalking. You know, you're in the wrong room, bro. You were sleepwalking. So this isn't the first time he was sleepwalking. I don't know if this case goes anywhere or how far this case goes. You know what I'm saying? But I tell you this, his lawyer, and that's what we talk about. This, if we're gonna get into the case, let's get into the case. His lawyer put out, and I don't know who his lawyer is. Who's Nina Amiri is his lawyer. His lawyer put out a statement saying Mr. Budden is saddened by Police Chief Martin's press release. Mr. Budden has been waiting weeks for his cross complaints to be processed, which includes substantial, more serious charges, including possible felony charges against persons behind these charges against him. The chief has, in our opinion, sat on those, but instead used his time to gain some free publicity from himself. Chief Martin should seek publicity by doing notable policing, not inflaming disorderly person allegations. She goes on to say these allegations against Mr. Budden are a minor charge, not even resulting in an arrest. I guess he wasn't arrested. They made it seem like he was arrested. So it's some conflicting evidence already. Just reading the statement seems like it's some conflict going on. A charge Mr. Budden is looking forward to being in court on the merits, not in the press, Amiri also explained. The chief's comments are reckless, in our opinion, racially motivated. Racially motivated. We'll see where this goes. Amir added that Budden's celebrity status and race appeared to have influenced the chief's decision to release that press statement. The Pump It Up star is due in court January 16th, 2025. For the case, however, he seemingly brushed off the situation on Twitter where he posted, y'all so dramatic, LOL. Now, if y'all know Joe Budden, that's par for the course on what he does. You know what I'm saying? But like I said, he's been open about his sleepwalking on several occasions. You know what I'm saying? And he admitted to this before this even hit the news cycle. He came out. He didn't give the full thing, but he did admit to this before it hit the news cycle. So he's trying to get ahead of it. We'll see where it goes. Like I said, I don't necessarily think this case goes anywhere. He was sleepwalking, you know, which is pitiful. It's bad because you sleepwalk is dangerous. Some dangerous things can happen when you sleepwalk. Some bad things can happen. You can get into a bad situation, as we see here with Joe Budden. But imagine all the things that could have happened with him sleepwalking. Think of all the bad things that could happen. They say you shouldn't wake anybody. You shouldn't wake that person if they're sleepwalking. You should just, if you can, direct them back to where they need to be at. Make sure that they're safe. Make sure they don't you know, do anything bad or whatever, things of that nature. But yeah, man, we'll see where this case goes. Like I said, I don't necessarily believe this case goes anywhere. I think it gets solved and it gets handled out of court, which is where it should be. And we'll see where his suit goes. He might, from like I said, him and that neighbor got beef. There might be some other legal issues going on between him and his neighbor. We'll see. Could be some suing, could be a countersuit from him on getting him kicked out of the condo. I don't know. This has the potential to get messy. I hope it doesn't. I hope this gets resolved and everybody goes about their business. We'll see if they, in the coming weeks or so, we'll see if they be able to move into a new establishment to record, a new studio. Joe, get you a studio. I know you want to be lavish, man. Go get you a studio, bro. Just go get a studio. Go rent or lease a warehouse space somewhere. Jazz it up real nice. You know what I'm saying? And call it a day.